Okay, let's be real for a second. Is there anything that makes your stomach drop faster than an unexpected call from someone claiming to be the IRS? It's a universal fear for sure. But what if I told you there's one simple rule that can tell you instantly if that call is a complete scam? Well, today we're going to build you a foolproof shield against it.
You hear that voice on the other end of the line. It's urgent, maybe even a little aggressive, and your mind just starts racing, right? Did I mess up my taxes? Did I miss something? And that panic starts to creep in. That's exactly what the scammers are counting on. They're using your own fear as a weapon, but in doing so, they're making one giant fatal mistake. So how do you slice right through that panic? How do you get to that place of 100% certainty right there in the moment? Well, it all comes down to understanding one fundamental, unshakable truth about how the US government, and specifically the IRS, actually works.
And that truth, believe it or not, is all about good old-fashioned paper and postage. We call it the Snail Mail Rule. And trust me, it is the single most powerful defense you have against pretty much every tax scammer on the planet.
This is it, the whole enchilada. The IRS will always, and I mean always, start a conversation with you about a tax issue with a physical letter that shows up in your actual mailbox. Not a phone call, not an email, definitely not a text or a DM on social media. A letter. There are zero exceptions to this, period. I love this way of thinking about it. On one side, you've got the IRS, which is like a slow giant. It's this massive bureaucracy, right? It moves slowly, deliberately, and it has to create a paper trail for absolutely everything. On the other side, you've got the scammer, a fast predator. Their entire strategy is built on speed, creating a false sense of urgency, and hiding in digital anonymity.
And this isn't just how the IRS likes to do things, it's practically baked into their DNA. For one, the Taxpayer Bill of Rights legally requires them to give you written notice. But just think about it from a practical standpoint. Can you even imagine the IRS trying to cold call over 160 million taxpayers? It's just not going to happen. This is exactly why they are and will always be a paper-first agency.
So once you've got that snail mail rule locked in your brain, all the other red flags become ridiculously obvious. Let's put the official IRS way of doing things head-to-head with a scammer's playbook.
This chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? That first contact row is the dead giveaway, of course. But just look at the rest, the tone. The IRS is formal, maybe a little dry, while the scammer is all about threats. And the demands, the IRS wants official forms or checks. Scammers want you to run out and buy gift cards or send crypto, things that are totally untraceable. And my favorite? The legal threat. The real IRS has to tell you about your right to appeal. Scammers threaten to arrest you on the spot to make sure you don't even think about it.
Okay, that was a lot of info. So to make this all super easy to remember, especially in a moment of panic, let's just boil it all down to 3 simple immunity pillars.
Let's kick things off with the big one, the most important pillar of all, number 1.
This is the foundation of your shield. The channel they use to contact you first tells you everything you need to know. If that first contact comes through your phone, your email, your DMs, you can immediately write it off as a scam. The medium is the message, and in this case, the message is fraud.
All right, on to pillar 2. This one's all about what the scammers are actually trying to get from you.
This one is almost funny, if it wasn't so serious. Scammers need payment methods that are fast and untraceable. So if anyone claiming to be from the government ever asks you to settle a tax debt with an iTunes gift card or Bitcoin, you know with 100% certainty that you are talking to a criminal. It's just that simple.
And that brings us to our third and final pillar. This one is all about protecting your fundamental rights. You see, the real IRS is part of a system that has due process. A real agent fully expects you to ask questions, to verify their identity, and to appeal their findings if you disagree. A scammer's entire house of cards falls apart the second you do that. Their whole plan depends on fear and demanding that you obey without thinking.
Okay, theory is great. But what do you actually do when that text message dings or that phone call comes in? Let's walk through a step-by-step action plan. It's just 4 easy steps. First, and this is the most important, do not engage. Don't argue, don't yell, just hang up or delete it. Arguing just tells them your number's active. Step 2, go straight to the source. Don't click a link they sent you, open a new browser window and type in irs.gov yourself. If there's a real problem, it'll be in your account. Third, we'll talk about how to verify any mail you get. And fourth, report the scam. It really does help the authorities track these guys down and protect other people.
And here's a little pro tip for any mail you do get. Every single real IRS notice has a specific code in the top right-hand corner, something like CP2000. You can take that code, type it right into the search bar on the IRS website, and it'll tell you exactly what it is. If there's no code, there's no validity.
So, let's bring this all home. What we've really been talking about here is more than just a collection of tips. It's about making a fundamental shift in your mindset.
See, once you really get the snail mail rule, it becomes this permanent mental filter. It just sits in the back of your mind, automatically sorting information. The second a scammer tries to use their number one weapon, panic, your filter just kicks in and neutralizes it instantly.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? The moment you understand that the government is, for all intents and purposes, physically tied to the postal system for its first contact, you gain the power to dismiss every single phone-based threat with total and complete confidence.
So there you have it. You've just been armed with a powerful piece of knowledge, a shield really, that can protect not just you, but your friends and family from these financial predators. So the only question left is, who's the first person you're going to share this shield with?